Hello and welcome to another update video about Quant QNT. We want to take a look at the latest developments here on the chart. And there is still a potential to push for Quant, to push a little bit higher in this area here, into the green area. This does not yet need to be exhausted, but I think we are nearly there where we need to be in terms of finishing off this move. It could be complete already, this wave 3 peak here. But I talk about why it doesn't necessarily need to be finished, because there are two possibilities of how we can understand this. So generally for QNT, which has, by the way, been following here the analysis really nicely, I think in this entire, let's say the chart history since the low here at $40, we've really only missed one of these reversal areas. We've missed one of these moves, and we did that only by a few dollars. So that is a good sign. Not only because I'm happy that the analysis is correct and adequate, and yeah, you know, it basically follows. But what is important is that it gives confidence, because if the coin or an asset generally is following the analysis, that gives a good forecast for the future, because it means that most likely we're riding the correct wave count here, and it indicates that also the next target areas are going to be reached, at least with a high accuracy. So let's talk about the Quant chart. The view is still that this here was a wave 1 in green. We came down in a wave 2. We're now moving up here in wave 3. However, that wave 3 obviously is going to is consisting of various subwaves, and we've had here the wave 1, which I think is not yet finished. Then there will be a wave 2 to the downside, a correction, which I will use to accumulate. And then there will be a wave 3 of 3, a wave 4 of 3, and a wave 5 of 3. And if we remind ourselves, just target for that green wave 3, basically the larger waves, we are talking here about the area around $240 roughly. Yeah, the 1.618 extension that can push higher. You know, a 200% extension for an altcoin would not be unusual. That would be the $273 level here in a wave 3. So at the moment this is following it nicely. We are here looking at the subwaves at the moment, and of course, you know, you could just trade the larger waves, you can just hodl, that's entirely up to you. Some people prefer to trade the smaller waves. I can only give you here my best assessment of what the chart is doing. And at the moment, my view is that in this wave 1 of wave 3, we've already done the first wave. You know, again, a wave 1 is a 5-wave move, so we're looking at 5 waves. So my view is we've done the wave 1, we've done the wave 2. This here has all been a wave 3. Yeah, I'm still waiting for a wave 4. That could have started already, maybe not. And we talk about the two possibilities, and then there will be one more push here to the upside that might even go above my target area. And let's take a look at that, because I think in this video I'm going to move the target area a little bit higher before we actually exceed it, just to highlight the possibility that we could push higher. So what I want to do here, I'm going to take the one second. So I'm going to take the wave 1 length here, yeah, and then we take a look at, the problem is I don't know yet where the wave 4 will end. Can make some assumptions here, but I wouldn't be surprised to push all the way up to $188. Yeah, this is what Quant can do, and therefore I always say, you know, the trend is your friend until the end. Just really want to highlight here the potential that Quant still has in this white wave 3. Yeah, so let me just extend that out a little bit, and then we talk about why that is currently a possibility that we still push higher. But as said before, I personally would start to take some profits, because there will be a wave 2 entry point. Yeah, but let's first talk about where we are. So generally, there are two possibilities. Yeah, we can say that this move here in the wave 3, yeah, that this is complete now. We can say that if we look at it this way. We're looking at the subwaves of circle white wave 3. So we say we had a wave 1 here, we had a wave 2 here, which bottomed at $98. We moved up in a wave 3, which peaked at $145. Then we moved into a triangle. A, B, C, D, E. And from here, as expected, we broke to the upside. From this viewpoint, I can count 5 waves as complete on a lower time frame. We just say, okay, we've done here the 5 waves. This wave 3 could be complete, and we are now already heading down in wave 4 in white, and there would still be one more push to the upside. There is also the viewpoint that this wave 3 is not even finished yet, that there will be one more leg up in the wave 3. So that is entirely possible, and tell you how long that will be possible for, and that this wave 5 here, oops, no, I need to zoom in here, that this wave 5 here has to be pushed. Oh, it doesn't do it for some reason. No, okay, don't worry about it. I don't know, it's stuck, it's frozen. Don't worry, okay, doesn't matter. But no, what I want to highlight is that this triangle here, which I have highlighted in gray, maybe it was not a triangle. Maybe all of this was not a triangle. And what I have on the chart here as well, and we talked about that before, is this ABC pattern. That this was only an ABC, and that what I have highlighted here as a wave D and E was actually a 1-2 setup, which means this 1-2 setup basically allows us to stretch this all higher. So if we say, okay, this was a 1-2 setup, then this wave 4 in yellow, again, I don't know why I can't move this particular one, doesn't matter, but this wave 4 here, this wave 4 would have to move over here, and that would mean that I'm going to mark it now like that. So that this was a 1-2, then you can see the little count there, the small yellow count with 5 waves. This is a 5-wave move, yes, but it would only complete the wave 3 of 5. Then this is now a wave 4. This is really basically come down to its limits now, so it needs to turn to the upside now if this is supposed to work out. And then we could still get the 5th wave of 3 in white to finish, and only then we will finish off wave 3 in white. Then there will be a wave 4 in white and a wave 5 to push us even higher. So generally the quant rally isn't over yet. As I indicated in my last videos, the trend is your friend until the end. Nevertheless, we have reached now the reversal area, so quant is not massively affected. We saw a little bit of a dip today, but I think this could be that wave 4. Then there will be a wave 5 of 3. Then there will be another larger wave 4 down. You could still buy in there again if you like to, but it's not yet possible to say how low we can come in that one. But you can see we are trading in a channel. So you can, if you want to trade this short term, you can of course use the channel support and channel resistance to trade. But I think we're getting, at some point here to exhaustion. And then this wave 1 will be finished. And then we'll come down in wave 2. So we'll see how high it takes us. I think as long as we are in the channel, we're obviously not breaking the channel, so we're sort of still following that trend. One way to not miss out on profit taking is to move up a stop loss. That's always an idea, but in the end, how you manage that, that's up to you. We have sort of not broken this uptrend yet. We're still making higher highs, higher lows. Important would be for this wave, which is currently coming down, not to break below the $144 level. Yeah, that is this swing high, which I've labeled still as a wave D. But again, in the alternative count, this is a 1-2 setup, which means that we can still push higher here. But if you have in this wave 4 down, if you cut into this price area, it's not possible anymore. And then we are probably already in white wave 4. But even then, I would expect primarily another push here to the upside to finish off the wave 1, which then will be even higher. But to calculate that, I need to know where wave 3 finishes, where wave 4 finishes, and then we can look at higher. But that could even be $200 plus. Okay, and that's my update about Quant. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.